Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. So we are going to start talking about our organelles today. So there's going to be two videos that you're going to be watching. This one, which is only going to be a few minutes long and only cover a few specific points, and then a second video, which is longer, and that one is going to cover more of the organelles that we're going to be talking about today. They were just split up for uploading purposes. So you're watching both of those today. They're both included on Classroom. Make sure you fill out your notes and then do your test wizard assignment for an assessment afterwards. All right, so today's objective, right, we're going to describe and illustrate the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic. We're going to define those and understand them. And then we're going to illustrate the eukaryotic cell with organelles. Okay, and we're going to talk about those organelles, and we are going to understand the function, the structure, what they look like, where they're found. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk to you about is the cell structure and what is found in all living cells. So all cells contain the following three things. You're going to have DNA, you're going to have something called the cytoplasm, and you're going to have a cell membrane, right? So DNA, cytoplasm, cell membrane. These three things are found in all cells, right? So DNA is a large molecule, right, that stores genetic information. So your DNA is what makes you, you. DNA will give you characteristics, right? It makes you unique. And it is the genetic basis of life, right? Cells are the genetic basis of life, and within those cells, you have your DNA, which will have genetic information, right? Specific codes, specific a sequence. We're going to actually learn about this in way more detail later on in the year. We're going to learn all about DNA, how it's made, what it stands for, the different parts of DNA, and what that means for us as individuals. But for now, all you have to realize is that the DNA is found within a cell, and all cells have it, right? So all cells have DNA. You're then going to have your cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a watery fluid that fills the inside of a cell and also contains enzymes and nutrients. So you'll see in these different cells down here, all of this area, right? So everything that surrounds the interior that I'm shading in with red, right? All of this interior space, that is the cytoplasm, okay? That is your cytoplasm. So basically, this is just a watery fluid that is found inside of the cell. Cells are whole, right? And within the cell, you are going to have cytoplasm, and that surrounds the interior. It is, it basically fills up all of the empty space within a cell, okay? So all these other things that we see in here are the other types of organelles that we're going to be learning. We haven't talked about them yet, but around those organelles, right, and that fills up the space, that is known as your cytoplasm, and all cells have that as well, okay? And last but not least, a cell membrane. So a cell membrane is a thin, flexible barrier that surrounds the outside of a cell, okay? So your cell membrane is found on the outside of the cell. Now you'll notice on this one over here, this is a plant. You'll notice that there is a black surrounding line and then a red one. And we're going to learn what that red one is, because plants actually have two outer membranes, okay? They have a cell membrane, which we see here, and then they also have something called a cell wall, which we're going to learn later on, okay? But something, again, to remember, cell membrane is a thin, flexible barrier that surrounds the outside of a cell, and it is found in all cells. It helps with protection and support of the cell, and it also, which is very, very important, which we're going to learn, it allows the movement of materials in and out of cell. So when the cell needs to bring things in and the cell needs to release things, the cell membrane is the thing that does that, right? That is the pivotal job, one of the pivotal jobs of the cell membrane. So what I need you to remember for this portion of the video is these three things, what they do, right? And the fact that they're found in all cells, because it's important that you realize that fact, because the other organelles that we're going to learn may not be found in all cells, right? They may not. They may only be found in certain ones. So we're going to get to that in the second part of this video that you should click on right after this video, okay? And that's where it'll start at this slide, okay? All right, guys, see you in the next video.